Okay, so I'm back for another What I've Watched reviews video. I haven't done one of these in a while. I wasn't watching a lot of movies, so I was kind of like meh, and when I did, I didn't put it in a pile, but I have conformed a pile. It's pretty big, so I don't remember actually. This might be two parts. If I've got a lot to say, then it might well be. Or maybe I'll just make it one big long video. I don't really know yet. Anyway, again, I'm really sorry about the fan if you can hear it, but whew, we're having a heat wave. Also, if you haven't checked out my contest video, just go down below and you can enter there and find out more. But yeah, what I've watched, basically just a bunch of movies that I've watched in the past week or so, and I've kind of watched a lot. I don't know why. I've been on a movie watching spurt. So this first one is a Julia Roberts movie. When I made my top 5 Julia Roberts video, a lot of people said this in their top 5, so I was like, oh, I've got this, I need to watch it. If you want to see that video, again, it'll be down below. But yeah, a lot of people mentioned it, oh, I like this one, and it's in my top 5, and it is Erin Brockovich. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to definitely have to watch this after what I've heard people saying about it. So I did, I watched this, and I really, really enjoyed it. Julia Roberts was great in it. Basically, she's a single mother with 3 kids, and she's trying to get a job. She has a car accident, she needs to get a lawyer. And then it doesn't work out, she doesn't win her case and she doesn't get any money from it. But she's just like, right, you've got to give me a job. She has no law experience or anything like that, but she becomes pretty good, and she has this huge case about this town, and she saves a lot of people and helps, trying to help these people and win this case. And it's really interesting and exciting, and it is based on a true story apparently, so that's pretty good. And I really enjoyed it. She's a great actress in it. I kind of even forgot it was her, and was just like totally in with the story, so I definitely liked this. I don't know if it would be my top 5, because I do love the other movies that I put in the top 5, but it'd probably be number 6 if I didn't swap it. And maybe I would swap it with one. I would have to reevaluate, but I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you like Julia Roberts as well. She was really great in this. But yeah, check it out. It was funny, it was gripping, entertaining, good. Check that out. Next one is a movie that I loved. It was somewhat confusing, but I've heard many things about this, and it took me a while to get around to watching it, and it is Memento. I guess you have watched this, as many people have. Of course, it is a Christopher Nolan movie, who, from that, this is amazing. Basically, Guy Pearce is this man who lost his he has a short-term memory loss, so he only remembers things for not even a day, I don't think. So he takes a lot of pictures and tattoos himself things, and he's basically trying to figure out who murdered his wife, and this whole thing about his wife being killed, and he's trying to figure that out, but it goes backwards in time. Like, it starts at the end and backtracks through, and there's like bits in between. It is really confusing, but once it starts getting into it, you really piece it together and you get it, and it's really like you couldn't stop this halfway through. It's not that kind of thing you could like, you know what, let's take a break, watch the next day. You couldn't do that. But yeah, it's gripping, it's entertaining. It's not much I can say about it because I don't want to give anything away, but it is a very, very good movie, and I'm sure you've all seen it, so I definitely recommend watching it. Kind of, you don't ever know what's going to happen. You're always on your toes, like, you don't know who to trust or to believe or what's going on, so it's really good. Okay, the next film I have here is a Robert Redford film, and it is The Horse Whisperer. Now, funny fact, Scarlett Johansson is in this when she is younger. Basically, she falls off a horse. This sounds weird. She falls off. Oh my god, she falls off a horse, and basically doesn't have a leg anymore. It's really badly injured. She has to get a prosthetic, leg, and her horse is really injured. And they're like, you know what? You gotta put it down. It's in so much pain. And the mother of the kid and the horse is like, no, don't put the horse down. And they go to Robert Redford, who is a horse whisperer, and he's like really far away. They live in New York, and he's in like Texas or something, or I think it's like Montana or Mississippi. I don't know. It's somewhere far away from where they are, and they have to get the horse there, And basically, it is such a cute story about this guy trying to help this horse and the girl, and you know how it goes. It's sad, it's depressing, but it's heartwarming and lovely. And you got a bit of romance in there as well. And I'd recommend this. I did see it when I was younger. I saw it on video, and I don't remember much about it, but then I picked it up again and watched it again, and I loved it. So yes, it also has a reference to Fly Away Home, which I was so happy about because I absolutely love Fly Away Home. Next is a Goldie Hawn film, who I love her. I think she's hilarious, and it's also got Mel Gibson in, Bird on a Wire. this was funny. This was great. Mel Gibson plays this like well, basically he was married to Goldie Hawn, and then something happened as people after him. You know, he changed his identity a lot and had to move around, and she then thought he was dead. Ages later, she comes across him in a petrol station or car garage. Why did that take me so long to think of? And she's like, I know you. And he's like, oh no, and speaks in this weird accent. Anyway, she finds out that it is him, and then all these people are after him, and then she goes on this chase with them, and it's really great. It's kind of like an old Night and Day, like an 80s Night and Day, but it is hilarious. Night and Day is not that good. This is a lot better, but you know, that kind of vibe kind of thing. But it is really, really funny. It's action, it's funny, and you know, it's just 80s. You know what it's going to be. Sure, it's 80s. It is 80s, right? If not, I think it's 1990 actually. I don't know, you know what I mean, that kind of era. It's hilarious, it's funny, it's cheesy, it's great. And then next, a very battered case of Peter Pan in Return to Neverland. This case sucks, but I really wanted to watch it, so I picked it up nevertheless from the car boot looking like this. But I watched it and I was surprised by this. You've got young, what's her name? Jane. Yeah, Jane. And her dad goes away to the army because it's wartime, which was kind of weird at first. And then she has to become all kind of responsible, and she grows up a bit too quick, which she doesn't have to be, but it's just her mum, her little brother and her. And her dad says, oh, look after your mum and brother for me, and she takes it really literal and does. Anyway, so she's proper like serious about stuff and not like a kiddie type girl. And then she ends up in Neverland, and she isn't, they're like, oh, you act like an adult, it's weird. And I really liked it. It was an interesting view perspective on it. I did include it in my top 10 Disney sequels, and it was quite high on my list, so I enjoyed it. I will post that down below as well. But the music in this was lovely, and that's what I really liked about it. A lot of the sequels of Disney ones don't have that good music, and they're just like forgettable music, but this had really, really nice music, and it wasn't too long. It was really enjoyable. I definitely recommend it out. If you liked Peter Pan. Next we have Millions. This surprised me. I think it was good. It was really enjoyable. It's about this young boy whose mother dies, and it's just his brother and his dad and him now, and they move to a different house on this new estate. He's out playing with these cardboard boxes, and this big bag of money just flies at him, and he's like, wow, you know, I'm rich. He's a really big believer in God and all different things like that. It's a British film as well. Yeah, he's a big believer in God and, you know, the spirits and things like that, and he thinks it's from God, like from his mum and stuff, and he's really happy, and they're like, oh my God, we've got this money. His brother kind of understands it more, that maybe they shouldn't have this money, and it's a bit of a thing. Anyway, it turns out the money is like stolen money that they, you know, came off a robbery off the train anyway, and you know, they kind of got to sort that out, and it is fun to see what they do with the money. And then it is actually really interesting because it's at a time where basically the storyline includes that on, I think it's the day after Christmas, or maybe the day before Christmas, or Christmas Day or something. Well, it's around Christmas anyway, that the pound is going to euros. We're not going to have pound anymore, and they're going to convert it all to euros, so you've got to get the money into the bank or spend it pretty much, otherwise the actual pound will be useless and they're just going to burn more. And it's now going to be euro, which is scary, as I would not like that to happen, as I live in England, and that would be scary. But yeah, so it's kind of all about that, and they were teaching the kids in school about it, and I found that really interesting. I was like, whoa, you know, that's weird. But yeah, so anyway, they have all this money, and they're like, oh my God, you know, we've got to either get it into the bank or spend it, and there's so much of it, you can't like put a big amount in, you know, it's a bit suspicious and all this. So, but it's really interesting to see where it goes and stuff. Some bits are a bit weird, but you know, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, check it out. Next is Poltergeist. Yes, I want to get the other two, and I watched this, and I highly enjoyed it. I didn't know if I was going to, because obviously it's quite old, it's not obviously scary anymore, but nevertheless, it is an amazing film. I understand why it is a classic, and I loved it. I'm sure Poltergeist doesn't need much to explain. You've got little Heather O'Rourke, who plays Carol Ann, and she says she hears some people in the TV, and then the TV people suck her away, and then they can still hear her around the house, and they have to find her, and it's really weird. Some bits are very strange, but it's like kind of like, you know what Poltergeist is, a ghost that moves things around, and they've got all that suspicious stuff going on, and they get people in. But it's really good. It's so much better than your nowadays type ones of these. But yeah, it's really good. For the day, the special effects are interesting to see and stuff like that. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out if you have not already. If you don't like horror films, it's fine because it isn't scary, obviously, today, but it is really good. Now, this movie is called Nowhere Boy, and it is all about John Lennon, and it was really, really interesting to learn all of this about him and the starting of the Beatles. Well, it's not really about the starting of the Beatles, it does come into place towards the end about the Beatles and stuff, but it's just kind of about his life as growing up as a kid and a teenager and stuff, and it was really interesting. I absolutely love this film. The music in it was great, of course, and you know, basically he lives with his aunt called Mimi, and his uncle dies and he's having a hard time with that, and then he finds his mother, who he had not seen since he was maybe 4 or 5, and it's kind of just about that. It's like a, you know, it's about his life. It's like a drama film. If you don't know who John Lennon is or anything like that, then I think you'd still be able to enjoy it. I don't think you need to know John Lennon or the Beatles to watch this movie, so even if you don't know who they are, which would be weird I find, but maybe you don't, then I still highly recommend this film. I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's got great music in. It's like, I'm trying to think how to describe it if it was not about, basically you've got a young boy who obviously is having trouble with his life. He doesn't live with his mum, he's with his auntie, he's having a hard time in school, he kind of has a big interest in Elvis, he's becoming a bit of a rebel, he wants to start a rock and roll band, and that's kind of all it is about. Like, he wants to start this band, and you know, it's great. I really, really enjoyed it. I totally recommend it, so watch it. Actually, it took me a while to find that film. I was looking for it for a while, and then I found it at Blockbuster at 99p sale, and I was so happy. Anyway, let's move on. The Money Pit with Tom Hanks. I did not like the woman, Shirley Long. I didn't like her in this movie, but Tom Hanks, as usual, is great and hilarious. I love him at this decade of time. But I thought this was so funny. Basically, they buy a house. Well, actually, they live in this woman's ex's house. He comes back, it's like, what are you doing in my house? Get out, and they live here. They don't have much money, and they buy this big house, and it seems like a really great deal. Basically, the whole house was falling down, and that's pretty much it. It's just funny. The house is falling down, they've got to reconstruct it, and it's just proper 80s comedy, so definitely check it out if you haven't. It's not too long. You know, it's funny. It says Steven Spielberg presents, but I'm not sure if he just produced it, I think. He's the executive producer, so it's not, yeah. So anyway, I loved it, I enjoyed it. If you like Tom Hanks, you're gonna like this. Next we have Crazy Heart with Jeff Bridges. Now Jeff Bridges was great in this movie, but I didn't like the movie very much, and everybody does like it, but I just didn't. I really wanted to love it, and I didn't. Maggie Gyllenhaal's in it as well, and she's great, but it was slow. It didn't really go anywhere. I watched it late at night, it was kind of too slow, and I just didn't like it that much. So he's a alcoholic country singer who's kind of not getting so far now in life as he used to. He's only singing like little bars, not making very much money, he's kind of broke. But yeah, him and Maggie Gyllenhaal kind of have like a thing going on, and she has a little boy who's really cute, but apart from that, it's just kind of like, I've got hiccups. If you have seen this movie, please let me know what you think of it, because I just wanted to really like it, and I just didn't. So I was really kind of disappointed with it, because you know when you want to like something so much, because I just love the look of it, I love these type of movies, and I really like Jeff Bridges, so, but you know, I didn't like it that much, so I'm a bit disappointed, but yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I'd like to know your thoughts on all these movies if you've seen them or if you want to watch them, and blah blah blah. Next we have Springtime with Rue. We've got to watch this kind of thing sometime. I had just gotten back from London, and I was so tired because I'd gotten up at 3 AM on the Saturday to get my train at 4, and then I'd not gotten to bed that night. I'd been out the whole day, not gotten to bed that night until I think it was 1 o'clock, like, you know, 1 AM, so I'd been up for, what was that, 20 hours I think, 19, 20 hours, and then I had to get up early the next day, and then I got another train, and I got home on the Sunday night. I think it's about 8 o'clock. So I just wanted to chill out, and I watched Springtime with Rue. Perfect time to watch this, because I was just like, and it was cute, it was funny. It pretty much was mostly about Rabbit. I don't know why it wasn't called Springtime with Rabbit. It was all kind of about Rabbit, but we all know what Winnie the Pooh is. Winnie the Pooh is super cute, good fun when you are tired and exhausted like I was that day. So yes, it was perfect in that moment. I think maybe if I wanted to watch it right now, it might have been a bit slow and boring, but it was super cute. Who doesn't love Winnie the Pooh? And I didn't even know this existed until I saw it at Carby. I was like, I've got to get that, because obviously there's the Tigger movie, the Pooh movie, well, many Pooh movies, the Piglet one, and the Heffalump one. I didn't know there was this one. I was like, what? Anyway, it was cute. I liked it. If you're ever in that situation, you can watch Springtime through and you'll enjoy it. And then finally, a movie that I've only watched half of that I want to know whether you think I should watch the rest is Once. I don't like the way it's filmed. I don't enjoy films that are filmed, unless, like, Paranormal Activity, fair enough, like, it is a film filmed as a not film. Does that make sense? Or Chronicle, Love Chronicle is a handheld filmed film for some of the part, most part, you know. But this isn't a handheld filmed film. It is just a film. Oh my god, I say the word film too much. It's a film filmed that looks like it's kind of shaky, you know. It's not on a tripod. It's like I could have filmed it. They zoom in and out and stuff, and I hate that kind of thing. I don't know why, and I know they do it with purpose, but I just don't like it. I don't know why. I can't watch films like that. I have issues with certain films. If it's filmed like that, I don't like it. If films are really badly edited, I can't watch them. But apart from that, the storyline did seem nice from what I'd watched. I've probably watched about half an hour or so of it. Not much has happened. It's kind of slow and boring. I like the music in it. I love his voice. It is pretty captivating at the beginning. I like the fact that he's Irish, and she's, I don't know what she's from. Basically, I think it's a love story between these two people who both like music, and it doesn't seem to be going very fast, and I don't like the way it's filmed, so I just couldn't watch any more of it. But please let me know if you've seen this and it's good. I've seen so many good reviews on it, but I just found it so hard to get past that whole cameras issue. But yeah, so that is maybe me just being a bit of a whatever, but it was just hard to watch for me. But yeah, please let me know if this was good. Anyway, so that is all of my what I've watched. Let's see if I can grab them all here in the past 2 weeks or so, I guess. Hopefully I'll be doing more of these videos. I want to congeal tiles, most arch things, so I really like to say more about them. When I do updates, I have not watched the movie probably, and it's like, yeah, I got this, and I got this. I don't know anything about it, and I'd like to be able to talk about things and share a bit more opinion, whether I liked it or whether I didn't like it, and I'd like to know your opinion from them, because sometimes I do watch things a second time to give them more of a chance if I know good things about them. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and again, please check out the contest video, the link will be down below. Enter and have a fun time. But yeah, let me know what you think of these movies. Bye!